Hey guys, Coach Amy here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a holistic health coach specializing in weight loss with pre-diabetic clients. I'm a PhD student of integrative and functional nutrition, minoring in mind-body medicine. I'm also a certified personal trainer and founder of Culinary Medicine for Everyday Living YouTube channel. And yesterday I introduced the topic of mindfulness and the research around why mindfulness practices or how they have been shown to help heal your relationship with food and support healthy weight loss, which is a recipe for long-term success. So my intention in this series over the next week or so is for you to have evidence-informed takeaways and practical recommendations of how you can begin to heal your relationship with food in order to support your health and weight loss goals. In other words, I want you to learn what really works according to research so you can shortcut, put it into action right away, and start seeing the results that you're looking for. I just want to do a quick review of what I talked about yesterday. The research shows that mindfulness practices can help flip your script and aid in creating a healthy relationship with food. That mindfulness practices have been shown to lead to less impulsive eating, reduced calorie consumption, healthier snack and meal choices, a greater ability to control your portion sizes. Also, the people in these studies who practice the mindfulness practices saw significant decreases in their weight. They saw decreases in their tendency to overeat, binge eating, decreased depression, decreased amounts of stress, perceived stress, physical symptoms also decreased, negative emotions, and finally they saw an increased confidence level in their ability to do this on their own. So the fact is, nutrition heals and the mind-body connection is real. And to start off, I want to introduce the concept of mindful eating. So what is mindful eating? According to the literature, one definition is a non-judgmental awareness of physical and emotional sensations associated with eating. In other words, mindful eating is all about being aware of how we feel when we eat, physically and emotionally. And you can accomplish this by staying aware of what you are doing and the effects that it has on your body, both good and bad. Using all of your sense and choosing and experiencing your food that is both satisfying and nourishing to your body. Acknowledging your responses to food based on your senses and without judgment, right? This is a learning process, no judgment allowed. And for practicing awareness with your emotions, your physical hunger, and the cues that let you know your hunger has been satiated. So, in order to give some structure to this process in this series, I wanted to dive into Dr. Michelle May's work on mindful eating. And she has coined a process called the mindful eating cycle. And the question is, am I hungry, right? That's the big question she wants you to ask yourself. And that's the one that we're going to dive into and really start incorporating mindfulness practices. So a little bit about Dr. May. She was an instructor in my health coaching, one of the instructors of the health coaching program that I attended. But in her life and in her practice, she's a physician. She has seen people, including herself, suffering from unhealthy relationships with food, sometimes overly restrictive diets, which leads to emotional or binge eating and yo-yo dieting. Boing, 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 right? And so if you've been there tune in, right? She's a physician. She got certified as a health coach because she wanted to learn how to really serve her patients, guiding them to foster change in their lives that would lead to health. And part of this process, she put this framework together for mindful eating. And it really helps you rethink the way you eat so you can begin to heal your relationship with food. So the full cycle is 6 questions to ask yourself: why, when, what, how much, and where. So over the next week, we're going to dive into this cycle together, flesh out these questions together. I would like you to get the most out of this. Grab a notebook and a pen and journal through these prompts every day to really get the most benefit again. And today, we're just going to start with the first question: why do I eat? And throughout the next week, we'll be covering each question. But before we start journaling together, why are we starting with why? Well, it's a known fact that when you know your why, everything else falls into place. And when it comes to mindful eating, when you know your why, you can begin to unravel your current relationship with food and begin to heal that relationship to a healthy relationship with food. So before we start hashing out our current why, let's answer the question practically. Why do we eat? Well, the obvious answer and the healthy answer is food is fuel for our bodies. We eat for sustenance. It's the gas that fuels our life. It provides what our body needs to continue to function. And so when you learn, well, Dr. May says, when you learn how to eat mindfully, it teaches you to live more vibrantly. And let's understand that. So, all right, guys, grab your journals. Now's the time. Or you can go back and watch this and with a journal when you've had time to get a journal. The questions to ask yourself to begin to unravel your current relationship is understanding: why do I eat? Am I really aware of all the situations or emotions that trigger me when I want to eat, especially when I'm not hungry? Why do I think I eat? Am I eating because I'm hungry? Am I eating because I'm stressed? Am I eating because I'm bored? Do I eat for celebration? Is it a celebration? Or do I eat for rewarding myself? Do I use food as reward? And so as you begin to uncover this and unravel this, you ask yourself, am I finding myself eating when I said I wouldn't? Keep your journal handy. Take notes. So was I really hungry when I ate? Okay, if not, why did I eat if it wasn't true hunger? For instance, if you're eating because you're bored, that comes up a lot. Stress eating and boredom eating. Those are two that I see all of the time. So then you want to say, how could I have handled this differently? For instance, if you are bored, do I need to schedule in some activities? What do I want to do? How can I keep myself engaged and occupied so I don't go to food for boredom? And so what are some things that you've always wanted to do and haven't tried? That could be, volunteer in an animal shelter. Find a class to take online. What have you always wanted to learn? What are you interested in? Can you find a group online or in your community to join? If you're eating out of stress, how do I manage my stress? How much stress do I have? Am I getting enough sleep? These are all questions that can help you start healing your current relationship with food so you can use food as a fuel for those activities, living that vibrant life, doing the things you've always wanted to do. And another question to reflect on in your why is, have I tried a lot of different diets? This is especially for the yo-yo dieters. What happened? How did they work for me in the long term? And why did it turn out the way that it did? So as you begin to answer all of these questions, you begin to unravel your current relationship with food by tuning into your body and what it's really asking for. And in this way, you can begin to heal your relationship with food by listening to your body and giving it all of the things that it needs. You begin to nourish your body on all levels, not just with food. Food becomes what it is intended to be. It's the fuel to live your life and live it more vibrantly. And all of this is going to lead to a more enriched, happy, fulfilled life. And honestly, guys, when you follow this process and eat more intuitively, research has showed, as I mentioned in the beginning, the weight loss and health benefits become a happy side effect of learning to eat mindfully. And so the big takeaways today is mindful eating is defined in the literature as a non-judgmental awareness of your physical and emotional sensations associated with eating. Mindful eating practice can help heal your relationship with food. And the cycle that Dr. May has put together involves asking yourself these questions: why, when, what, how much, and where. Over the next few days and into next week, we'll be hashing out all of these questions. It's important to remember this why, this first question is really important. When you know your why, that's when you can unravel your current relationship with food in order to heal it. So get your food journal. Ask yourself these questions today. Answer these questions. Why do I eat? Why do I think I eat? Am I really aware of all the situations and emotions that are triggering me to eat when I'm not hungry? Do I find myself eating even though I said I wouldn't? Why? Why am I doing that? Have I tried a lot of diets? Well, what happened? How did they work for me in the long term? And why did it turn out that way? Tune back in, guys, tomorrow when we hash out the next question. But tonight, I want you to get your journal, hash out your why, and unravel your current relationship with your food, because this is the process that's really going to help you heal that relationship and start achieving life, living, losing the weight that you want to in a healthy way that's going to lead to long-term weight loss. And if you have any questions along the way or want some support or accountability, reach out to me. The first session is free. We can talk about where you are in your journey, where you want to be, and see if it's a good fit for us to work together. Otherwise, feel free to work through these prompts on your own, and let me know how it goes. You can most certainly do this with the commitment on your own with your journal and really learn a lot in this process. So guys, I'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.